Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today I am going to explain about the white box approach for the test case design. So white box testing. The white box testing is nothing but we will be going through the internal workings and the coding of a particular product, and we will be testing each and every module accordingly. So all the entire codings of that particular product will be tested, and all the codings will be once again executed, and based upon the output will be going for the next type of testing. If there are any errors which is identified in the white box testing, it will be eradicated by the help of the developers who have developed that particular product. White box testing, it can be quite complex and expensive. Developers who usually execute the white box testers will be retesting it. The white box testing by the developers is not detailed, and it can be able to lead to the production errors. White box testing requires official resources with a detailed understanding of the programming and implementation. While performing this white box testing, it is mandatory that the particular person who is testing should have the knowledge about the entire coding language. Based upon that, only the product which will be developed. The white box testing is a software testing in which the internal structure, design, and the coding of the software are tested to verify the flow of the input and the output, and to improve the design, usability, and security. In white box testing, code is visible to the testers, so it is called as a clear box testing, open box testing, or transparent box testing, code box based testing. So you can see here, based upon the input, the output will be predicted. So this entire application coding part will be visible to the person whoever is testing it. The white box testing, it involves the testing of the software code for the following: internal security holes, broken or poorly structured parts in the coding process, the flow of the specific inputs through the code, expected output, the functionality of the conditional loops, testing of each statement, object, and functional on an individual basis. White box testing techniques. So these are the following techniques which is used for the white box testing: statement coverage, decision coverage, branch coverage, condition coverage, multiple condition coverage, final state condition coverage, path coverage, control flow testing, and data flow testing. The goal of the white box testing is to ensure that the internal components of a program are working properly. The common focus is on the structural elements such as statements and branches. Program-based adequacy criteria are commonly applied in the white box testing. They either use the logic or the control structures, data flow, program test, or the fault, or as the focal point of the adequacy evaluation. The criteria can be viewed as a representing a minimal standards for a testing a program. The application scope of the adequacy criteria also includes helping the testers to select the properties of a program to focus on during the test, helping the testers to select the tested data set for a program based on the selected properties, supporting the testers with the development of quantitative objectives for testing, indicating to testers whether or not testing can be stopped for that particular program. The system is performing as per the required specification test case. It is the set of the inputs, execution, condition, and also contains the pass or fail criteria. Test case specification. It is a requirement that one or more test case must satisfy. Test suite. A collection of the test cases. Test execution. The process of execution of the test cases. Adequacy criteria. This is called as a condition or a predicate in which either true or false for a specific pair of a program or a test suite. Test case selection and adequacy criteria aims to fulfill the following: statement coverage. A test case is designed with the aim to cover all the statements of the program. The test adequacy criteria in this case will be executing all the statements. Branch coverage. The test adequacy criteria is to make sure that the test cases cover the branch or the condition statements. Path coverage. Here the adequacy criteria ensures that the specific path is covered from the entry point to the exit point. Mutation adequacy. A program is injected with the fault. This is called mutant program. Now the original and the mutant program are executed. Categories of test data adequacy criteria. Specification based upon the requirement specification, test adequacy criteria is set. Testing is based on the features of the specification. Test criteria thus ensures that the requirements have been fully accessed. Program list determines the testing requirements as per the program under test. Combined specification and program-based criteria combines both the concepts to carry out the testing. Interface-based criteria. Testing requirements are fixed based upon the type of the input and the range of the inputs to be given for a program. So these are the advantages and the disadvantages. Code optimization by finding the hidden errors. White box testing can be effective and complex. White box test cases can be easily automated. Developers will usually execute the white box test, retest this. The white box testing by the developers is not detailed and can lead to the production errors. Testing can start early in the SDLC even if the GU is not available. White box testing requires professional resources with a detailed understanding of the programming and implementation. White box testing is time consuming. For bigger programming application, it takes the time to test it fully. That's it. Thank you.